Welcome to your Virgo horoscopes for the week of May, ending May 25th, 2024. No planets in Virgo this week, although we do still have Juno focused on self, how we're relating to ourselves this week, and the dark moon, which continues to be retrograde. For how long does she move direct? Let's look and see. If she does. It's a good thing I looked, huh? Okay, retrograde up until Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So retrograde half the week, direct the other half of the week, which just adds another interesting layer to it. Now, we've kind of been in this situation for a couple of weeks now. Juno focused on self, in some cases, how you relate to yourself, how you understand yourself, who you are. What's interesting about this to me is humans are very, as I hear so many people say I'm not a self-centered person, and that's just there's no person on the planet that isn't. I'm sorry, but there is no person on the planet that isn't. And the sign of Virgo, Virgos are very self-involved, self-absorbed. Almost every single one that I've ever met is to a certain extent. That doesn't make those people bad people. It just makes them who they are. It doesn't mean that they're not open and loving to other people. That's not what I'm saying. But in many cases, or for most cases, I should say, they're very self-involved people. And Virgos are no exception to that. I almost said obsession, which is kind of weird because that's like a Virgo word. I'm just saying. Leave that on the back burner just in case. Don't obsess if you can avoid it. Yeah, all signs can be self-absorbed. I think Virgos just take it to a whole different level, if that makes sense. And Juno's focus on how you relate to yourself really is continuing that let's do some self-exploration. While the dark moon is very much focused on the past. And this is the interesting part. In retrograde, she keeps reminding you that you can't change the past. We all go through those. Well, if only this had happened and that had happened, and I had this opportunity, and this didn't get taken away from me, and this person didn't ruin my life, and that person didn't ruin my life, and COVID didn't. My God. Okay. Not only are we self-absorbed people, but we cannot take accountability for anything either. And the thing is that you can't change what happened. You can only focus on what you can do now, basically. And so this shift in the dark moon in the middle of the week is like, okay, we're not going to focus on this anymore, on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We're going to focus on what the heck we're doing right now. Okay, because right now we can make improvements. Right now we can make decisions that are going to better our situation. That back then, all of the choices that I made that didn't work are all already made. There's nothing I cannot go back and change those choices, right? So I really feel that with no other planets coming in to influence this is really where you guys are at right now. Now, it's not a bad thing to be self-absorbed. I mean, honestly, everything that most people think is bad has a downside, but it also has an upside too. Being self-absorbed in many cases, you kind of have to be self-absorbed in order to be focused on your own success. It's why you don't see a lot of successful people who don't seem like ego-driven people because they've constantly had to feed themselves all of these things in order to keep themselves focused and driven and perfect. The key Virgo word there, perfect, as much as possible, while embracing their bad or not, I should say, not so nice traits, because those are the traits that you need to be successful. The point is that there's always balance. And I seem to find That it doesn't matter what you're focused on. If you're focused on raising your family, you lose out on a career. If you're focused on your career all the time, you lose out on your family. If you focus on doing nothing, you miss out on all of it. I mean, unfortunately, we always have to make choices. And we can't do anything about the choices that we made in the past. We can only look at making better choices now. And the self-discovery about who you are now, anything that's in the past is in the past. Yes, it brought you to where you are now, but it's done. It's over. Now it's time to move forward. And this wobble of the dark moon going direct midweek is like, okay, I'm done wallowing in that. I'm moving on. I'm making better choices. I am going to be aware of the choices that I'm making and aware that I want to make better choices. And and earn the right to be self-absorbed. Because I think that we all have the right to be self-absorbed, providing we're not putting other people out. Okay, that's where it becomes not such a great idea, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. In the meantime, you guys make it a great week. You always do. Keep on going. Let go of the BS and just keep moving forward towards that success, because that's what you guys do. I'll see you next week and make it a great one.